RESTOMOD 101.
Hey, you guys are watching RESTOMOD 101. We are back here at Moto Club de Santa Monica with our chief mechanic, Guillaume. We're working with Ducabike again.
Yep.
And what did they send us this time?
So I think they sent us a nice clear clutch cover.
That's going to be awesome. So clear clutch cover goes on this side, mounts right about here, is that right?
Yeah.
What's good about having a clear clutch cover? Just
the
looks
look
badass.
of it. Yeah, it just looks really good. You can actually see while the bike is running, you can see the clutch spinning and actuating.
So it's more for show.
Yeah, it's more for show.
I like it. Well, we love show. That's why we're on a show.
Yeah.
All right, good. Let's get to it.
So we're gonna start by draining the oil. So this cap, you always want to remove it. If you always do an oil change, you want to remove it just to remember there's the oil in the engine. If you put it back on and it's still there, you might forget. So it's like a little reminder. And this one's actually fit on the new cover we're installing. So there's 11 bolts to remove to get that cover off. One is not part of the clutch cover, it's on the belt covers. It's the one that's holding the cable on the temperature sensor. Now that we remove all the bolts, you want to tap it on the side, jump bolt, and get it loose. Because there's no gasket, it's actually just sitting on this cover. And here we go. Ducati sent us some nice internal parts, so we're gonna install them and remove the stock clutch hub and install this one instead. So you got 6 bolts to remove. This is 5mm Allen, and you should be able to remove it without needing to hold the clutch basket.
And we're going to be reusing those parts, right?
The springs, yeah. The only thing we're gonna replace is the washers. They gave us some.
And that, when you're pulling that out, is anything we should be aware of?
This one, yeah, there's the bearing we need to press it out. Alright, so now we're gonna have to get this bearing out and then slide into the new part. This is where the clutch rod is gonna press out. Alright, so now we're gonna press out this bearing. We will install it on the new hub. There we go. Alright, this is what you're trying to get out. And this is how it should look. Alright, so now we're gonna heat up the new hub from Ducabike. Get that bearing in so we don't have to hammer anything. So let's get it hot. This is pretty much just a heat gun. Blows hot air. This is gonna expand and let enough room to put the bearing in without having to press it in. So you always want to warm up the whole piece so everything expands together. So this should be enough. There you go. Now we gotta let this cool down.
So you don't tap it in with a hammer? Or?
No, it went straight in. Once it's hot, it's expanding enough, then you can just drop the bearing in it, let it cool down together, everything will be tight.
And how do you know that it's perfectly flat in there? And
You'll just feel it sit down on the recess. You can't go wrong on this. You have cut out. You gotta line them up with the actual hub. The Ducabike also sent us some nice washer for the springs, which we'll be installing as well. You always want to do one side and then the opposite so the clutch plate stays straight and flat. Alright, so now that we got all the bolts in, you want to set it to torque. The torque on this one is 12 Newton meter, so you do one at a time, then the opposite, and you keep crossing this way until they're all tight. 12 Newton meter, not over, or you'll strip the thread. Before to put back the clutch cover, don't forget to pull the oil pressure sensor from the old cover to install it on the new one. So, like this. And here we go. Alright, so before you install this, make sure you didn't install the window yet, because the screws goes first, and then the cover comes on top of it to hide all the bolts that hold the clutch cover. We're gonna start by putting on some silicone for sealant. I want to make sure everything is dry, everything is clean. And my there we go. So there's 4 long bolts. There's one that's actually longer than the 3 others. The longer one goes in the lowest spot, and then the other one are just the same. The front one are all the same, so it doesn't matter which way you put them in. Ducabike actually gives you what torque you need to put, which is between 9 and 10 Newton meter on each bolt. We're just gonna go ahead and do it. Make sure you don't forget to put the seal on. The window has only one position to go. Those notches cover the clutch cover screws. And alright, so you just put all 5 bolts in, and then we'll be torquing those bolts to 5 Newton meter. You want to replace your drain plug washer with a new one, and reinstall the drain plug, which will be torqued to 42 Newton meter. Don't forget to plug back your oil pressure sensor and reinstall the bracket that holds the cable in place. And now you're all set. You can put back your oil and start the bike.
Wow, yo, this looks amazing.
Yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. They did a great job on the block.
Yeah, I like it, you know, obviously clear so you can see inside, you can see everything moving, and then also blackening this part out makes it look really, really nice.
Yeah.
Nice work. Ducabike, nice product, great work.
Yep.
All right, thanks again, buddy.
Ducabike sent us some inspection training cover, so we're gonna start by removing the old one. 2 4mm Allen bolt. As long as you keep the bike straight, you can open this cover without draining the oil, so it can be easily replaced. We're gonna be reusing the OEM bolts. Alright, so it comes with a gasket on the inside. As you can see, I like to lube the O-ring with a little bit of oil, so you can seal it properly. And there we go. This you don't want to over tie it as well. Just want it snug. And there you go. This looks awesome.
RESTOMOD 101.